The lighthouse shouldn't have been glowing tonight. Elara stood at the edge of the cliff, her lantern trembling in her hand. The great beacon above had been dark for 3 years, ever since her grandfather passed. Yet now, it blazed with silver light, brighter than any moon. She climbed the spiral stairs, each step echoing like a heartbeat. The light room was empty, but the beacon spun on its own, casting rays across the Black Sea. Then she saw them. Dozens of glowing figures, walking across the water toward the light. But one of them was not glowing at all. Elara whispered, "What are you?" The spirits drifted past her, translucent and peaceful, each one stepping into the beacon and vanishing like morning mist. Her grandfather had told her stories. This lighthouse doesn't guide ships, little one. It guides those who've lost their way home. She never believed him, until now. The figure on the water stumbled, falling to her knees. Unlike the others, she was solid, real, dressed in modern clothes soaked with seawater. The girl looked up, her eyes wide with terror. She screamed, "Where am I? Help me, please." Elara's breath caught. This girl wasn't dead. She was alive, but somehow trapped in the realm between worlds. The beacon pulsed, and the girl began to fade at the edges. The lighthouse was trying to guide her to the wrong destination. Elara ran down the stairs, grabbing her grandfather's journal from the locked drawer. The pages were filled with sketches of the lighthouse, symbols she'd never understood. One entry made her freeze. If a living soul appears in the beacon's light, they are lost between life and death. You have until dawn to anchor them back, or they will cross over permanently. She checked the old clock on the wall. 2 hours until sunrise. Elara raced back up, finding the girl now half-transparent, crying silently. The girl whispered, "I was on a boat. There was a storm. I don't remember anything else." Elara grabbed her hand, solid and cold. The girl's fingers began slipping through hers like water. The journal said she needed to create a counterlight, something to anchor the living. Elara searched frantically through her grandfather's tools. Mirrors, prisms, colored glass. Then she remembered his words. The living need warmth, not silver light. They need to remember why they fight to stay. Elara turned to the girl. "What's your name?" The girl's voice was barely a whisper. "Maya." "Tell me, Maya, what do you love most in the world?" Maya closed her eyes, tears streaming down her fading cheeks. "My little brother. He's only 7. I promised I'd teach him to sail." Elara's heart ached. She had an idea, but it would cost her everything her grandfather left behind. Elara smashed the silver beacon's lens. The spirits scattered, confused, as the cold light died. She placed her grandfather's lantern, the one he'd carried for 50 years, into the mechanism. It glowed with warm, golden light. Not the light of ending, but of beginning. Of home, of love, of promises unkept. Maya's form solidified, color returning to her face. The golden light wrapped around her like a blanket. Elara whispered, "Go back to your brother, Maya. Your story isn't finished yet." Maya's body began to sink through the floor, pulled back toward the living world. When dawn broke, the lighthouse stood silent. Elara found a news report 3 days later. A girl named Maya had been found unconscious on a beach, 50 miles south. She survived. She remembered nothing, except a golden light and a voice telling her to fight. Elara smiled, looking at the dark beacon above. Her grandfather's lantern was gone, but she understood now. Some lights guide you to rest. Others guide you home. She lit a new lantern, smaller but warm. And she waited. Because she knew the lost would always need finding. If you loved this story, please like and subscribe for more fantasy tales. Tell me in the comments, have you ever felt lost between two worlds? What light guided you home?